spanning the globe. Through the power of the World Wide Web. It's Stacey and Steve's Cringe Fest. And now, here are your hosts, Stacey and Steve.
Here we go again, Cringers. I'm Stacey.
And I'm Steve.
Yep.
I'm glad we got that right.
Yeah.
That's probably the last factual things we're going to say in this whole podcast. We'll just make the rest of it up.
Well, yeah, that's what it's all about. It's like the hokey pokey, but without having to move.
Yeah.
Because this is our Cringe Fest.
Yes, it is.
And I have the red curtains in honor of Hollywood. How you doing?
Oh, boy. I'm great. I got some company coming. I'm afraid they're just going to be a real pain in the ass. I don't know what to do.
Good thing that the person coming over is not a redhead.
Not anymore.
Nope. I got on purple.
How many hours is it?
I think it's so it's about 4 or 5 hours to get to Seattle.
No. I mean, until you're here. You have your countdown clock. I'm sorry.
Okay, of course I have my countdown clock.
Prepared you for this.
3 days, 5 hours, 43 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Okay. I might be a little late, so it might be 41 or 2 seconds. Just in case.
Hey.
It's, relatively 40 seconds.
It's going to be a long day for us.
Oh, my God.
Reminds me, I need to charge my iPad.
Yeah. You lose 4 hours going across country.
Uh-huh.
Plus, you're on the plane for what? 8 hours?
No, more than that. Because it takes about 4 or 5 hours to get to Seattle.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. That reminds me. I need to get a hold of my friends in Seattle because I have a 4-hour layover in Seattle on the way home.
So you have
It's a whole day of a travel.
You leave at midnight, Alaska time.
Mm-hmm.
You get in here at 3 o'clock that afternoon. So 15 clock hours.
Yeah. That's going to be fun. Yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, airplanes are so comfortable. They treat you so well. You get on, they give you a little hot towel and usually at midnight, it's probably a mimosa.
Yeah.
And then those real comfy socks. And I haven't really been on an airplane since 1980. Have things changed?
Right. I was reading a thing about how airplane flights and stuff have changed because they used to have a banquet. They'd pull this whole cart where you could have roast chicken or roast beef or
my God, the food in first class was,
and then there were bars.
Amazing. And honest to God, silverware and glasses.
But the funny thing is, because of the flight themselves, it was extremely messy.
Oh, sure.
Because the planes didn't do well with turbulence. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's kind of funny you hear these you see these mixed signals on the article that I was reading.
Yeah. No, that was always, and they weren't as good as I recall. When I was younger, they weren't as good at telling you we're going to have some turbulence in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You just hit it, and then they'd go, "Oh, okay, everybody, put your seatbelts on."
Yeah.
It's going to be bumpy.
And
for
you dressed
a while.
up. I mean, I remember dressing up when I was a kid. I still dress nice when I go on a plane.
You don't just wear your pajamas and.
I don't Paul Mattingly it.
Yeah, sweatpants and pillows.
His Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle PJ pants.
Right.
I'm sorry, but when he travels, it does look really comfortable. I'm super glad that I have.
Yeah, that's good.
And I have Crocs now because it was either Crocs or Birkenstocks with the phantom foot pain. So I was like, I'm not doing Birkenstocks. I'm doing Crocs. So I have my Crocs. And that'll be really easy going through airport security, which will be nice.
You still have to take them off, though, right?
Yeah, but I mean, they're fucking clogs.
Yeah.
You know, I am kind of a convert. They are really comfortable.
No, I think there's a reason they're very popular.
And they're not as cold as I thought they would be.
So you've worn Crocs in the winter in Alaska.
I don't like having barefoot Crocs unless I'm at an SCA event because I don't want to get socks dirty and slimy and stuff. But at work and at home, I always
slimy
wear socks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they called me in elementary school.
Hey, Bubble Kitty.
It's my nickname. Yeah.
Yammy's coming to visit.
Okay. Are we going to talk about a movie?
Sure.
I don't really want to. What do you think?
Actually, this one was a lot better than the one that we talked about last week.
What was last week?
Run, bitch, run.
Run, comma, exclamation point, bitch, run, exclamation point.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I keep saying it, but I couldn't get through the punctuation.
Yeah, no, and we've actually had a whole bunch
and then it goes down from there.
Feedback about that with the Cringers. It was awesome.
Okay, let's talk about The Happy Hooker Goes to Hollywood.
So I picked this movie because I loved the book.
Let that. I submit to the record for all posterity that Stacye picked this movie.
I loved the book, The Happy Hooker. It really took a different view on sex work and body positivity. And one, it has a great cast. Two, I loved the picture that you put on Facebook to try to see who would recognize the back of one person's head.
Yeah. So, The Happy Hooker Goes to Hollywood is from, 1980. I gave up doing the nipple count, the CringeFest nipple count on this movie because I'm making little hash marks on a piece of paper, and then I have to flip the paper and, all that.
And pay attention to the movie because I'm making moments and trying to bring you back in.
Making moments, yes.
Making moments. That's what I do. I make moments.
So this is a trilogy of movies that her best-selling book, Xavier Hollander's best-selling book, The Happy Hooker, spawned a trilogy of movie. And this are movies. I think this may be the last of the three, but I could be wrong. So she decides to in this one, and it's so loosely related to the book. The books were funny, like you said, and engaging and interesting. These movies are just dumb. They're just dumb, goofy romps, silly jokes, lots of innuendo.
Perfect cringy movie.
Yeah, right. But I think there's very little. The Venn diagram of the books and the book and the movies is, probably has no intersecting points other than names. So yes, she goes to Hollywood. She's gonna film her life story. Has some encounters with sleazy Hollywood producers and directors and things, and they're all played by people you would know. Maybe not by name if you're the age of our most of our audience, which is about half mine. But Phil Silvers was in Sergeant Bilko. I thought he was the funniest person alive when I was a little kid. And if you ever saw the old Dick Van Dyke Show, Richard Deacon was Mel, the put upon boss. He's in it. Edie Adams, Chris Lemon, all people that you would know. It's just a complete romp. It reminded me of the movie It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World, and you should watch that if you haven't seen it because it's pretty funny too. It's just a real lightweight comedy, no message. I wouldn't recommend anybody watch it. I don't think there's any reason to unless you want to, I don't know. Nah. nostalgia, maybe.
My
It's become known more as a campy movie over the years. It wasn't when it was first released, but I think I said in our review, if you've watched every other campy movie from 1980, then maybe, if you're just going to complete the set.
Horse do Xanadu without the roller skates.
Xanadu.
I loved Xanadu.
I loved Xanadu, but I had such a crush on Olivia Newton-John from the time I was a wee lad.
Roller skates. That's actually how my grandparents met.
Really? Roller skating or watching Xanadu?
Well, if they were watching Xanadu, I wouldn't have been born. So my favorite line is she's fed up with all the executives. She decides that she's going to do the movie herself. The grandson of the major executive is trying to make sure she's walking down the street. She's pissed. And he's like, I'd like to schedule a meeting, and then it's like, yeah, the meet, well, I just talked to you. Yeah, that was like 4 feet ago or something like that?
Yeah, 4 feet ago. Right.
That made me laugh so hard. That made me, because it's like, yeah, we talked just like you met me, but we were like 4 feet ago. And she, and it stops her in her tracks. And it does have that goofy feel to it. It has a very silly script.
It was a silly movie designed to be.
Yeah.
So that grandson is Chris Lemmon, who's the very famous Jack Lemmon's son, who several years ago wrote a really great book about his dad. I think it's called like A Twist of Lemon or something like that. It's a great book if you're into, old actors in Hollywood and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you've got the Rotmans who own this whole movie lot thing.
Yeah.
And it's cute. The Adam West Batman was really strange to me.
We do have to talk. My two favorite parts of the movie were of course Adam West, both Adam West, but one was Adam West in drag. Because you think about when this movie came out just a few years earlier, we'd known him as Batman,
Yeah.
And you can't imagine, at least I can't imagine Batman in drag. And here he is, completely made up and looks pretty good, by the way.
Yeah.
He looks good, a little too tall.
Him and was it William Warkoff that got stuck together at the end, and that's how she got her revenge.
But I also like the fact that here it is in 1980. Jesus Christ, all that 45 years ago or whatever it is.
45? Motherfucker, I was 1.
Okay.
I'm going to be 44 on the 18th.
Yeah.
45 years ago? What am I reversing in my age?
Okay, well, I did the math wrong. So it was 43
years ago.
I just said ish. You're upset about 2 years? Wait till you're really old.
And then I started giving
2 years,
my mother-in-law a hard time, and you guys are the same age.
Oh no. Yeah, straight legs Batman. We didn't know him for the really funny guy he was, and yet Batman was so campy it shouldn't be a big surprise. But Batman's in drag, and it's funny, and I don't remember anybody. That he had a
little balding spot too. That was
yeah, right. But I don't remember anybody making a speech in front of the Texas legislature about how Adam West was conditioning children through his portrayal in drag. He was just being funny. But I think about what would the reaction to that be today?
Well, a lot of people were upset about the nudity level being higher than the other two films, and the Italian censorship board gave it a visa 76210, delivered on February 81. So the Italians went, yeah, I don't know about this, yo.
Huh. Yeah.
Here's a beast.
I didn't get that. And of course, again, back to Adam West, my very favorite shot in the movie, and I did have to pause the movie and take a still of this, but it's Adam West's bald spot when he's in the hot tub with
and the weird thing was, because ladies. You and I watch mine on an Xbox and you watch yours on your TV. When I paused it, or when somebody, I think it was me because it's my watch party, but when I paused it, the pause symbols were in a different position than you had, and I was like, the pause symbols perfectly aligned with the two guys in drag. Right. So I had to take a screenshot for you so that you could have a nice, good, clean screenshot of Adam West.
I needed both of those images. I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I put them on Facebook, but I'm keeping those. Those aren't, things I'm going to delete. We should talk. You mentioned watch party. Mm-hmm. We should talk about how much fun we've had with Amazon Watch Party.
It's how much easier than counting down.
What's that?
It's a lot easier than counting down like we used to when we first started doing this.
Yeah, and we'll still do that if we can't find something someplace else. But this is so easy, and anybody with an Amazon Prime account can,
unless your Alexa decides to start playing some
Willie
kind
Nelson
of album.
Yeah.
Stardust, was it?
Yeah, Stardust Memories. Yeah,
like how?
Yeah.
We're watching a watch party. I'm not hearing the music you're talking about right now.
That was hysterical. Because I get that, and we talked about this before, but the thing was, the first song fit, within the plot, and then
it kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Song just didn't fit. And then it got worse and worse and worse. And finally we just paused. And that's the cool thing about Watch Party is any of you on it can just pause,
Which is new, because when we first started doing the Watch Party, only the host could do it.
Only the host could do it. And
then we found out that it may have to be, if you're going to watch subtitles, because the movie that we just watched, you didn't have subtitles at the beginning and I didn't. And so we turned... And then I found...
I don't know.
And then all of a sudden the subtitles were there, so...
Yeah. We like to watch the movies
still
with
the best
subtitles because we're also talking and laughing and
the sound effects sometimes get
so
weird.
Nice.
Like they have weird descriptions.
Oh, yeah. Like every time a car zooms off on a gravel road and it says tires squeal,
I hate that. Seriously, if you're going to have a Foley... Have your Foley do it correctly. Seriously, that's just so stupid.
But yeah, and so if you're watching movies with friends, and we've all learned how to stay home forever, all alone since COVID. Mm-hmm. You can still stay home all alone and watch a movie with your friends. It's pretty cool. Netflix has the same kind of service set up. YouTube, if you have the whatever it is, YouTube Red or Green or whatever, they have all that stuff. But it really is easier, and it lets everybody have a little bit of control over the whole experience. And anyway, okay, that's
join us if you
Jeff Bezos put money in my account. Send me Bitcoin or whatever it is.
Give us free freaking movies. I wanted to watch House 2 at work. Okay, I know how bad that sounds, but
okay. Whoa. We just watched House yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't, I was disappointed because it wasn't the one with Hugh Laurie being a cranky guy with the bad knee.
That movie made me happy. I was so giddy at the end of that movie. That movie was just everything I wanted it to be, and then some.
Was that was another 1980 movie, right?
1985.
Okay.
Because Prime says 6, but you said if you don't put 1985, it won't show up.
Yeah.
See, that was my thing, is I was looking at a whole bunch of the movies that the algorithm was giving me, and I'm like, I want an older movie. Because I think, not to say that there aren't cringy movies from this decade, but there's something to say about a lot of the movies that we've watched have more puppetry.
Yeah,
stop
there's less
motion.
CGI, more honest to God. Yeah, puppets, gross effects.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
And it makes me happy. Although Bad Milo was a puppet.
Yeah. I also think really bad movies, the movies we're looking for, we're not going to find those on Amazon Prime. New ones, current releases. You know, they may eventually make their way to Tubi or something like that. But as far as streaming, we found very few, and we've loved them all. Our very first movie, Night of the Weird Rooster, right? Yeah, we found that on streaming services. It's on Tubi still. But finding one of those kind of movies,
I don't need Tubi. I have a signed copy.
I see that with what's her
name? You
also
have a signed copy.
Claudia something. What's the girl's name?
Carly Baylock.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think
David. Seriously though, it's one of my favorite. Okay,
again, audio podcast. We cannot see, or the rest of you cannot see Stacye kissing her signed copy of Night of the Weird Rooster, the Blu-ray disc. But she is.
I love my copy.
And in a very interesting way.
Well, it is about peckers.
Oh God. Oh God. Stacye, report for detention. Yeah.
Come for the bad movies.
We need to talk about. There's one more thing I need to talk about from the Happy Hooker, and that was, and it took me forever to figure this out. Edie Adams. She's pretty. Well, by 1980, she's past her prime. Yeah, but yeah, all right. So, I just looked it up. Edie Adams is my mother's age, or would be. But when I was a kid, she did these commercials for Muriel cigars.
Okay.
Muriel cigars. And I think that's one of the first times I know it's the first time I think I ever saw.
Why don't you pick one up and smoke it sometime?
Yeah, right. And she would say they're longer. They're bigger around than most cigars. And I'm 6 years old. I don't understand this. But over time, that's echoed back in my head, Yeah, anyway. And those commercials are on YouTube. You can go see.
That's kind of
Adams do her Marilyn Monroe impression.
It's just interesting because
Muriel
it was like
cigars. Have you ever heard of a Muriel cigar?
No, not until just now. And then I clicked on her bio on IMDb, and that's one of the first things it says is, why don't you pick one up and smoke it sometime? Yeah, and I'm like, that's a great one-liner.
I didn't. I mean, watching the whole movie, I knew I knew her from something, but she was so much older, and really didn't. And honestly, I'd probably never seen her in color. All those old commercials are in black and white, And I was 6 years old,
right?
But it is something that certainly stuck with me over the years. So if you need me tonight, I'll be in my bunk with my YouTubes on.
As long as you don't do it in the bed, I'm gonna be. I don't give a shit. Clean sheets, please. No, I have my hotel sheets. I'm gonna be bringing my hotel sheets with me.
You're bringing your own sheets?
It's a sleeping bag liner or
Okay.
a
Yeah, yeah.
hotel sheet.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
basically just a sheet
So
sleeping bag.
You're telling me I don't need to wash your sheets
Oh, please
before you
do.
come?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. All right.
If I can wash the sheets for my house sitter, you can wash the sheets for me. The hotels, on the other hand, I'm allergic to whatever they use.
Okay, so you
And
do want me to wash the sheets. I
I
was
just said
waiting.
if I have the time to wash the sheets for my house sitter, which is such a weird thing to say.
Washing the sheets for your house sitter?
House sitter. Like, until we got Speedy, it was just whatever,
Yeah.
but it's like all of a sudden it's kenneling the animals and house sitting the animals, and I'm that person now. It's like,
Yeah.
they have the middle-aged white guy talk
Yeah.
on ICS. It's like, yeah, that's kind of how I feel, as middle-aged white talk.
Yeah. You gotta, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that you have to remember to do. You have to keep your lawnmower blade sharp. I mean, nobody told you when you were starting your life out that you were going to have to deal with sharpening your lawnmower.
I don't think my dad ever sharpened a lawnmower.
Well, we won't speak ill of your dad. But
I think it's funny every time the weather says, "Oh, it's gonna have a blizzard," or "We're gonna have this," and I'm like, "We're not in town," and everybody's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I bought a snowblower."
Yeah.
And ever since we bought the snowblower, we got 2 feet one night. Like, one night, 2 feet, and now we got the snowblower, and it's like, "You're welcome."
Yeah. No, you have tipped the balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good for you. That's a good thing.
The weather that we have right now is supposed to carry on for the whole time that I'm there. And I'm like, I would really like it if it just started to do spring, because my sinuses with this freezing, and then so much moisture because of all the snow that we've had this year.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I even got a bloody nose at work today. I can't remember the last time I had a bloody nose.
Okay then. Have you listened to the latest episode of Penn Sunday School?
No, I'm backed up on pens.
Talks about doing the nail trick where you stick a nail in your nose, but he's doing it with a dollar bill, and how they're like in rehearsal, and they roll up a dollar bill, he sticks it up his nose, and he gets a horrible nosebleed, and they're thinking, yeah, that's probably not something you want to do on stage.
I'm gonna have a lot of time to catch up on my podcasts.
On the plane.
On the plane.
Yeah.
I am a patron of World's Greatest Con.
Okay.
They just released the teaser for season 3.
Okay.
Shout out to my boys. Because of the oh gosh. Because of them, I was a Twitter meme for a hot second.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a magic trick. It's funny because I actually, as a kid, knew of this magic trick. Kind of. It's a twist. So the thing is, you get a piece of paper and you write something down. Anything.
Okay.
And then you ask a question. Well, when you're writing the next guess, you're actually answering the first question. So you're actually like one question ahead, writing down your guesses.
Okay.
And he's doing the thing, and I got picked. And he's doing a pointing and a microphone and then a pointing. And when you're doing microphones and pointing, it makes a really good meme. But I couldn't tell you what it actually looks like because I no longer have a Twitter account. But I was a meme for a hot second. I was a meme for a day.
Oh, dear.
At Scoop Fest.
You were a meme for a day.
Meme for a day. I got my 5 minutes of fame.
You got your 15 minutes. Yeah, your Andy Warhol's 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to mention, I mean, this is like totally off track, but
like totally off track.
Our like we have a track, right? Our buddy Tess Miller is going to be doing a podcast. I don't know what it's about. I think it's she and some friends talking about music, I think, as I recall.
Way to plug Tess.
We want Tess is wonderful. Tess is
I love Tess. I'm just saying
Tess
that's
is
a
great,
shitty-ass
and I'm sure this podcast is going to be hysterical. So we will definitely get you turned on to it, as soon as she's ready to get going with it. But
we'll have them on.
I think it'll be really good.
Fun.
What's that?
We'll even ask them if they want to. Ooh, we could have them talk about a musical.
Well, yeah, we could do that.
You like musicals, right?
No, not at all. No.
I had to suffer through that sisterhood woo-woo shit. You're going to have to at least suffer through a musical. The Repo opera.
Wait. Sisterhood woo-woo shit.
Yeah, the one that we watched because you thought I needed to have something wholesome because I wasn't feeling good.
Oh, yeah, Euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movie, not the TV show.
Well, not the TV show.
There's a really cool, weird.
That was a great movie.
Repo opera, and I bet you they've watched it. So I'll make you watch it.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen? You've been watching History of the World Part 2, right?
Finally finished it.
Okay, so you remember the little sketch they did with Shakespeare's writing room?
Yeah.
When somebody proposes to Shakespeare, we'll just have music here. And he's going, what? You're just going to stop? And people are going to start singing? I don't know.
Jesus Christ on a moped. Come on. Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter with the musical montage was one of my favorite all-time
and I'm okay with
moments.
that. I'm okay with a little, Bollywood kind of musical montage. But I don't like it when people just break into song in the middle of a storyline. Yeah. Anyway, that's me. My brain doesn't work that well. What else we got to talk about?
We have that buy 4 stickers, get 1 free.
Yeah. So we talked about this, I think, last week, but TeePublic for perpetuity, as far as we know, is offering for stickers and buttons and magnets.
Yeah.
Stickers
and buttons and magnets. Right. Oh my.
Right. Buy 4, get 25% off. So 4 for the price of 3 if you need that. I also have some dates here, April 5th through 9th, which will be before this podcast comes out, and April 26th through 30th. TeePublic will have T-shirts and other stuff up to 35% off. And I think we say this every week. We'd love it if you would buy some of our T-shirts, but please don't buy T-shirts unless they're on sale.
We just got our Milk Fund. I was so happy that we got our Milk Fund. Proud sponsors of the Milk Fund.
Milk Fund today. T-shirts? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So today is Tuesday and we leave Saturday.
Well, but yeah, wear them on the plane. See how many people know what a Woonsocket is.
Especially from Chicago to Baltimore.
Maybe.
And I got a kitty.
Yes, I see your cat.
You're so cute.
Okay. All right. I think we probably should wrap this up. It appears that Stacye and her cat need a moment together. Huh?
You're such a dork. Let's see. We have the cringy awards that we're gonna do live.
We're live?
Yeah. Just while I'm there.
We're gonna do them while you're here. We're gonna do them live. We're gonna stream.
No, I meant live. You and I will be in person together.
All right. Okay. All right.
Wow.
But if you want to, but no, I hadn't thought of that. If you want to, stream it live, we could do it on Facebook or something.
No, because we even did a YouTube video last year, and like 2 people watched it, and I think I was number 1, you were number 2.
I checked just the other day, and we're up to 8. 8 people have watched that.
Rangers, I'm sorry.
30-minute video production. I wish I could remember how much software I bought to put that together.
How much planning we took to how many outfit changes.
Stacey's outfit changes.
Stuff. You're undressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to see a very slow, painful striptease, watch the YouTube video of the Cringy Awards last year.
Old man striptease that starts out in overalls.
Ends with no shirt. Or does it? We don't know what's going on down there.
Oh, that's another thing. If since we switched podcast aggregators, our podcasts are now automatically out on YouTube for some reason. I don't know why anybody would go to YouTube to watch a podcast, but they're there. Yay.
Yeah. You want to watch Stacey and Steve talk?
Well, no, they don't pick a video up. It's just the audio.
No.
So,
yeah. I do like the outtakes, though. That one outtake that Steve insisted on us posting.
Yeah. Okay. What do we have coming up?
We have House from 1985.
House, okay.
And then Cringy Awards. We were going to watch Birdemic with Steve when we got there. Huh?
We don't have another movie somewhere we need to do a podcast about?
No, because Euphoria was your pick. So Happy Hooker, Euphoria, and House.
Okay. All right. Okay. And we're not going to podcast on Euphoria. But I think you should watch Euphoria, the movie.
Euphoria.
You should watch Euphoria, the TV series, too. It's very uncomfortable, but it's very entertaining.
The movie was very touching. Not my cup of tea.
The movie was touching.
Not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
House. House made me giddy.
Yeah. As we say, he's a little bit culty. She's a little bit blood and gore.
I have a pillow that says that. I have a pillow and a shirt. A shirt? Shirt. Not a short. A shirt. But see, and a phone case.
Okay.
And all were special editions because there's a spelling error.
The ones that where I misspelled your name.
No. Tittle.
No? Tittle?
Lit.
Oh, it's a tittle bit.
It's a tittle bit.
Okay. This is why I now send you everything to proofread. But then the first time I send you something to proofread and you come right back in seconds and say, looks good. And I go, no. Please really look at this. So then you come back and say, oh, yeah, it's faultful errors.
Except for all the business cards you sent, because I never realized until I saw it sideways when the name was face up that you misspelled my name.
Yes, I misspelled her name on business cards, and I'm not buying another 500 business cards until she gets rid of these collector's items.
Which reminds me, I need to take a whole bunch and just start leaving them all over the airport.
Like in the men's rooms, stuff like that.
Oh, I was just thinking in seats.
Oh.
Yeah. Armrests.
You could do that, yeah. Okay.
In places. Men's room? I could have Steve do that for me.
He'd do that. Mm-hmm. He'd leave your card at a men's room.
He'd leave my card at home if he had a chance.
All right, dear. I think we should say goodnight.
Cringers. Till the next time, don't be afraid of clicking on that movie. See where it takes you. Keep that algorithm guessing, because boy, it's a doozy out there. I'm doozy.
It's doozy out there.
It's a doozy. It's a whopper. Doozy. It's a humdinger.
A humdinger. It's 1925 all over again. 22 skidoo. Let's do the Charleston and have some hooch at a speakeasy.
Oh, I am drinking hooch. I'm drinking a good old fashioned gin and tonic.
Well, yeah. Okay. Good night, Stacye.
Yeah, I see.
See you in a few days. Be good, children.
Stacye and Steve's Cringe Fest is a production of Howard's Day Old Clams. Like, share, and review us on your favorite podcast service. Our music was composed by Tony Longworth. Email us at sscringefest@gmail.com. Text us or leave us voicemail at 401-400-2096. I'm Hal, your announcer, wishing you peace and love.